People with diabetes, if we can drain the feet, very often they can get some sensation back and start walking again. So neuropathies from MS, all kinds of things. You can do a lot of help for people. So right now what I'm doing is flexing the foot and just working up and down, all through the fascial sheath, all through the attachments. And you see the difference in color, how she got nice and red through here, and then this is staying very white. So we know there is an issue with blood flow in here, which means restriction. So plantar fasciitis, very often I come in, park right over, and again, you're always lifting the cup. You want a little more suction, and it doesn't hurt the person, increase it, and flex the foot. Bring it up, flex the foot. Some twisting movements down, again, always lifting the cup, not pressing it in. Little twisting here and there. And you're gonna feel like bubble pack in here, it's amazing. And of course, you have to address the heel. You really, with plantar fasciitis, you must address the posterior leg, the Achilles tendon, and gastroc. Actually, it travels further up the leg, very much like carpal tunnel. It really starts in the neck for a lot of people. So working over the calcaneus here, it's a good thing to keep your tube attached to your machine. Right over here, the calcaneus, working that. Nice color we're getting, and now do you see we're starting to get some blood flow into this white area of her foot. There we go, a little bit of pink, that's what we wanted to see. And again, any contraindications that are contraindicated for massage are also contraindicated for massage cupping and metacupping. So it is contraindicated to work in this zone on someone who is pregnant, and I've already cleared that, but this is not the case here. So I will come up and drain right around the medial malleolus, bring that right up. Now this is the same leg on our model that had the scar in the gastroc that was impeding some lymph flow. So we're gonna make sure her lymph is flowing and that her ankle does not swell up on her again. So you can feel the restriction in the cup. This actually feels yummy, especially if you've had a lot of debris sitting in here for quite some time. Nice. We had a fellow at a show whose foot had broken so badly it was turned backwards. So that happened in 1984, and I got him on the table about 3-4 weeks ago. We improved his gait in such a way, it was amazing. Just opening the scar tissue up, loosening the fascia, and getting his lymph flowing again. He now has, an increase in movement of almost 60%. So he's a very happy man. There was no flexion or extension of that foot before we were able to help him soften it up. So it's just a great technique. The vacuum is just a wonderful addition. And the biggest thing with this is everything else all the other techniques, you can translate with the cup. The psoas work is really impressive. You will find that you're going to be changing a lot of your ways of working. And it makes it a lot more comfortable for the person on the table. Now for fun, this really cute little cup. So now I can get in and really, would you feel that? You feel like a sandy, kind of sugary crystal formation in here, all the old debris from when she had this accident. Just drain all of that up. Our goal here is not only to drain her tissue, but get her lymph system going again. We want her body to take over so that we don't have to keep coming in and working. Now I'll come down, work right over that. So the nice thing about this, as opposed to deep tissue friction to free up the scar tissue, is the pumping actually creates a space, gives the tissue the opportunity to separate and pull apart. Still feeling good? Okay. Do check with your person on the table, make sure there's no discomfort and that this feels the best it possibly can. Now you're not pushing with this cup, you're actually kind of lifting. You want to create space in here. So I think we've softened her up pretty well. going to go with some straight suction, test it on my hand first, so I don't give her a surprise. And then question her as I work to make sure that this is not too much. Okay. Now I'm actually manually releasing the cup now, because I would like to do a glide or a twist, but her tissue's not letting me do it. So do not fight the tissue. Listen to the tissue as you're working with it. If you still are not making much headway with it, just turn your suction down slightly. Come on back. Now we're getting a little bit of a glide. Whoa. Sure you all saw that jump over there. So I'm going to anchor down here. Little twist. You're doing okay? Now we can work across it. And it's loosening up beautifully. You feel that? Mm-hmm. This is great.
Feels a lot different.
So our model here is 23. We don't want her walking around with this because this kind of a restriction here is going to create swelling below. It has cut off lymph flow. So this scar tissue needs to move for her ankle health and just for her general gait. At 23, she may not notice that this is affecting the flexion and extension of her foot. When she gets into a little later years, 40 and 50, you will notice it's impacted your hip, it's impacted your shoulder, it's traveled. So the younger we can catch people, the better. Wow, that moved really well.